wrote a book of poetry. It came out in October called Saporoso, which is about Italian food and love. And I just recently saw a documentary I really highly recommend about the food movement called A Place at the Table. I don't know if you've seen that, about hunger in America. So it's been on my mind, so these next two poems might support that. La Cucina Povera, which means the food, the peasant food of the poor. Never knowing what it's like to starve, to have the flame of hunger in their belly, they want to eat nothing but la cucina povera, as if when they taste it, they will know the immediacy of life, the hunger, the fire that keeps us up at night, slaving for a crumb of bread. They want to eat the passions of those who have nothing but love, like peasant food that's dense and filling, quick to satiate, keeps you rising at dawn, craving leftovers, singed at the edges in unending circles of fire, cast among stones, rustica. Workers' hands furiously beat, molding lips of pizza dough like clay, the burnt crust of terra firma, buried under ancient ash. Senju, scouring empty cupboards for a piece of spice, cutting away at garlic cloves for risotto, crisp chips of polenta and fungi foraged from the hills will taste better than any fancy restaurant, serving peasant dishes we cannot afford, to dressed up executives who never had to cook a meal, to make sure no morsel is wasted, who do not know the precious cost of a grain, who pay top dollar for a simple dish that will never satisfy your soul the way that I can, missing the ingredient of our tears and our sweat, made from what we can get our hands on, better when eaten with naked fingers. Tastes like the kind of love only a broken heart can feel. The heightened pleasures felt by someone used to suffering. They can go on, forever seeking to emulate what we can only taste. The blood of a tomato, the sweat of the onion, the flaming heart of artichoke, body of bread. This poem didn't make it into the book, but I think it goes well with the food movement that's happening right now. Frankenfood. Sounds pretty scary. It's strange when peaches are not hairy, waxed and tasteless. Ripe tomatoes look delicious but smell like nothing. My banana has traveled across the globe further than I ever will, from a land that I may never see. Fish are eating a platter full of mercury, courtesy of industry. They strangely feed the salmon corn, cows and chickens too, smashed up in tiny coops. Modified cornstarch is the latest evil spell. Along with trans fat and genetically modified what have you, it would be nice if they'd just tell us what has left that has not been ruined. My belly is gurgling from all this altered food. Tell me how cherries, oranges, watermelon grow without seeds. Sounds so strange to me. To think of all the plastic packaging swimming in the sea like soda rots the teeth. Burgers made from soy patties because some guy has a monopoly on edamame beans, probably sprayed with pesticides. Where can we run and hide? Even the poor bumblebees are committing suicide. Imagine what's happening to our very own insides when mother's milk is pumped with hormones and children eating over-processed treats. Do you even know what propyl gallate, bilated hydroxynosyl, acetylflame, K-olester, or bromate sorbitol baroate even means?
No!
It sounds like poison to me.
Yeah.
Okay. And now from Out of Our. So there's been a lot of debate on the war on women. So, there's some people who say there isn't one, but this is my poem called Body of War. Everyone wants to make an industry of me. Part by part, they pull apart every inch of my anatomy to my foot. They say I need to clip it, file it, scrub it, reflexology, pedicure it, buff it, polish, paraffin wax it, Lee press on nail it, decallus it, bind it, boot it, squeeze it into stiletto heels until I can walk on nails or stilts and cannot run away from this invasion. From my head down to my toes, everyone says I have to be different than I am. To my leg, I need to shave it, moisturize it, devein it, laser it, knead it, smooth it, decellulite it, wax it, bronze it, tan it, exfoliate it, tone it, lift it, salt blow it, wrap it up, and slim it down. Down to my ass. They totally become confused. It's either too curvy or too big, and they make pants that don't fit it, or it's too small and I need to pop it out, tie it up in a G-string so it peeks out of my jeans. To my belly. It seems I need to liposuck it, corset it, control top spandex it, girdle it, Pilates, yoga lattes, aerobicize it, zero size it, juice it, cleanse it, starve it, binge it, purge it, crunch it, tighten it, crack my ribs and washboard it, basically just suck it all in. From my head to my toes to my head, I'm never okay just the way that I am being a woman. To my breasts. They say I need to fluff them up, poke them out, squeeze them together, underwire, double D-cup them, strapless, backless, lace them, silicone pad them, racer back, flatten them, push them straight up to my chin, the poor things. From my head down to my toes, everyone says I have to be someone else. To my face. They recommend I microdermabrasion it, mud mask, oxygen spray it, fruit acid peel it, collagen serum it, pinch it, clean the pores, Botox needle it, facelift it, powder and eyeshadow it, bronze it, colorize it, tweeze it, mascara curl it, eyeliner it, gloss it, pucker it up, see nothing, hear nothing, say nothing. To my hair. I need to cut it, crop it, style it, blow dryer it, weave it, dye it, curling iron it, crimp it, straighten it, roller perm frizz it, defrizz it, tease it, brush it, flat iron it, pull it all up on a bad hair day. And for the piece de resistance, for the creme de la creme, my vagina. I need to shave it, bikini wax it, Brazilian airplane strip it, douche it, plug it up, pat it down, make it smell like fucking roses. And after this assault, in some courtroom on Capitol Hill, a bunch of men will sit on a panel and say, I need to chastity belt it, and throw away the key. For this part of me, there are not a lot of things that I cannot do, in some cases by law due to it. I can't birth control pill it, sponge it, diaphragm it, cervical shield it, and if an accident or rape against my will should occur, I'm not allowed to decide whether or not I want to grow a baby inside of it. I should feel ashamed of it. I should never look at it or touch it. I should never feel pleasure from it. And in some places, it does not even legally belong to me, even though it's the most intimate part in the very center of my own body, from my toes to my head. Whether I cover up or strip down, I can never win this war. From my head to my toes, I am fine as I am. Just leave me alone. Every part of my body belongs to me.